Transformers reviews, tech and the news, whatever else I use as a muse. Hit subscribe, I appreciate the views. Influences interest on YouTube. What's going on, people? This is Inflewence, and today I got Variator FansToys FT-56, which is their version of Gears. And I love the figure. It's a great figure. I love the way it looks. I love the colors. Some of my favorite colors, and just the shades. The blue and red just pops. I mean, it's G1, but I like his design. I always liked his design. I had him when I was little, so it's kind of, or I should say younger. I wasn't little at that time. It scratched all my itches. All my itches were scratched. Typical fashion, ain't broke, don't fix it. So we'll go over accessories. He comes with two guns that actually go. They have the peg at the bottom, so it goes in the bottom of his hand, which I think I like that better than the old way of in the palm, because the palm doesn't always work. This is like a cutout at the bottom, so it can actually slide up in there. So you see this nice little blaster, and that same color blue that's striking, like it's like a royal blue, and it's really nice. And this gun as well, and both the handles go up, which are for car mode, so they peg on the car. But then you can also put these together like this and have a big giant gun, so you can put this up if you want and just have him hold that, or you can put this up, I guess, and have him hold it like this, or you can hold it in both hands. So it's like a big rifle, or you can have it like this. You got the card, of course, text specs on the back, credit card type card. You got the directions. They were okay. I didn't use them. I used FansToys, but FansToys did miss a couple steps. Not really missed, but they didn't really explain it well. So you know how I do. I'll go over it step by step. You get this thing that's all metal and die cast, which is, I believe, a welder. When he used it, I think he used it once or twice. But yeah, it's nice. It's metal. Watch out, because it is metal. This is sharp. This is sharp. And how that goes in his hand is, I'm doing it over here because I can't get it in over there. I don't know why, but it doesn't go in. And it's exactly the same. Like, I'm looking at the two and exactly the same, and I couldn't get it in over there. But then when I came over here and tried to put it in, because after half an hour of trying over there, it just went straight in, and it's not doing it now. Should fit in those spaces. There we go. And you see it's on his hand, and I do like that as well. With 5 faces of death, of nightmares. The way his face is, he just always looked weird to me. But you got like a laugh now, cry later face. Phantom of the Opera. Got like straight. You got like he just saw. Like he spilled some soda on his carpet that was white. And he got a little smirk. I think I like this face. I'm gonna put it on him. I don't know what face I'm gonna use. Then you got the box, typical FansToys box. Go over too much. Pause and read. And yeah. So now we can go through the figure. He has nice face sculpt. I mean, it looks G1. Nice right here. Has this little opening thing where you can see his guts. I think from that one episode, I don't know what happened. I can't remember, but got the paint here. Nice paint apps. Got the red, got the glossy red down here. Well, this is glossy red too. In different lights. I'm not sure if this is plastic and this is painted or if this is painted plastic. I don't know. I know this is painted right here, the white part. So it could be red plastic painted, but it doesn't look off. It just looks like a different shade. Like this looks really metallic on, and it could be just because it's die cast. Maybe it's all painted and this is just die cast. The legs are die cast, so the paint, you know, looks different on them. I don't know. Just mentioning it, and you can see the back. It's pretty clean. Backpack even isn't that bad. Let's compare him to some other bots. So here he is with just a few of the bots, mostly FansToys, except for this guy. You see how he compares with them. Let's go over articulation. I can say his head, the neck joint, is a little loose. I don't know if that's by design or not. I want to say it's not. It's like on this little bar and it's on another piece. It's like on a hinge, but it goes in and out. I assume when it goes in, you know, they want it to be stationary, and then they have it coming out so it gets a little more range of motion, but it's super loose. It doesn't really bother me. It's just something I'm pointing out just to let you know in case it might bother you. So you can spin his head all the way around. It goes up on that hinge, and like I said, you can get that extra space. You can get down a tad bit, not much. And arms 360, get all the way up. You actually can use the transformation joint to get it all the way up. If you want. So that's the thing, but that is like the transformation joint. This is the actual real joint. You got double jointed elbows that get you fully articulated. Bicep swivel here. Already showed the chest piece comes up under the hood. You have a fixed hand, well, fixed fingers, I should say, on one knuckle with the pin, and just fixed thumb. Normal, typical mini bot stuff. Hand spins around. Waist, you do have a quite an ab crunch there, and you get 360, so that's good. But then you come down here to the skirt, and of course, I didn't see this on my initial unboxing that I did for my members, but one full skirt, and it even has the lines here. So I don't understand why they did this, because I could see if they didn't, if aesthetically it wasn't supposed to have lines here, so that's why they, you know, I could see them doing that for that reason, to not put lines in there. But if the lines are there anyway, why not just split this and have it so it can go up? I never understand that. I don't know. Like, it should never be like that. Now, again, granted, it doesn't bother me because I don't have them. I don't know if I'm gonna have them in super dynamic poses, but if you want to, you gotta have the whole skirt up, and the back skirt doesn't go up at all, I don't think. So therefore, can he do the hurdles? And the answer is kind of. You can see back foot's probably gonna hit a hurdle or two. Sideways, he can do the full splits. It's on friction, but it still is good for now. And this does have ratchet joints, I forgot to mention. They do feel, I don't know, they feel weird. They get tight at times, so I'm hoping they hold up. Thigh swivel right here. Double jointed knee, has a joint down here, and there's a joint in there that you may miss if you don't, because it's hard, it's a tight joint. So there you go. I do have some paint scrapage in the joint. It's hard to see until, no, it's not. It's even hard to see in transformation because it is up in that joint, and that's probably why it's up there. That's probably why it's scraping, because it's in there like that. But then you have a foot, one full foot, and the foot is really big. It does cause a little bit of issues with standing up sometimes if you don't have his legs in the right way, because it is a straight foot and it doesn't move. No toe tilt, no other stuff, but you do get a little rocker, which is kind of a little limited, but I think enough. But like I was saying, it doesn't tilt or go back or anything. So when you're putting it on the table, sometimes I found that it fell over. It's really sturdy though. Like it's not hard to stand up at all, but I found certain poses his feet kind of work against it. Like say like this, if you had a pose, I mean, I don't know if you're going to do this, you can counteract it with the waist crunch, the ab crunch. But still, if you say you wanted to pose like that or something and he's on his back heel, where normally you could push this foot down a little bit and it would stay flat, but it doesn't. No big deal, just mentioning it. I think that's it, so we can get into transformation. Transformation is really fun, does have a lot of steps, but I don't think it's hard at all, to me anyway. Just gotta remember things. So let's go. I'm gonna do it in whatever order, as long as it's the order that you can do it in. So I usually pull this down and spin it around, just because, get it out the way. Then you can pull this here. Pull that up like that. Get this out of here. Just flip it around. Then you can just flip this around and tab it back in there. Then you can pull these things out and just leave it like that for now. Put his head up. You can spin it around now, because I believe it just needs spinning around. Put his arms up like this. Arms up like that, kind of. Then you can move these sides out. Move these sides out, and then move these sides around like this. There's little pieces in here that you can pop out. And I'll show you when you're getting the transformation together. These pieces are probably the hardest part of the transformation. But then you want to pull all this out where it is on his hips. And I did all this to get some room. Then what I do is, let me make sure I got this right. Pull this up here. Now when I pull this up, I get this out here, move this around and flip it like this. And that's how it'll be until down like that. It'll be, you don't really have to worry about it, but you gotta get that out in order to move this thing, which you can see in there, that thing. So just move the wheels out now, and there's that right there. Now that has to flip around. So when you flip it around, you see it flipping up and over like that. Then you can move this all the way like this, and then eventually it'll move in. So now you want to get these arms all the way in like this and like this. I forgot to put the hands in, of course. That's like the number one. Luckily, the hands, it don't matter which way they go. Like, you don't have to turn them or do anything. Just put them in like that. I think they can go in either way. But then you have to accordion this up like that. and it's the elbow and the space that it uses. Like that, like that. And then you can move this up here. And this will get out of sorts sometimes. But you moved it in order to move this up. So then what I do a little bit is like kind of push it in like that. Like have this go in a little first. Make sure it's all the way in. It's not too frustrating though. Then you can move this and that goes in like that. Make sure all of this is in there. Then you can move this head in this part. So it goes all the way up in there and you can see the car starting to form. You can move this forward too. It's just two pegs. There's not, tell you the truth, there's not a lot of like pegs. It just kind of stays together. So you move that like that. And then while this head is up, one of the things that they didn't say in the directions, make sure these are flipping all the time. So make sure you flip them out and you move this down. But also make sure you push this head in. You see how it goes, it slides in, it's on this little flap. It flaps in just that much. But if you don't do that, this won't close and everything won't close. Like it won't go together and it's a mess. Now right here, this is what I'm talking about, this little flap. You have to line this up with a little peg spacer. So then, but you can kind of line it up now. Because if you try to do it at the end of this sequence, it gets kind of hard. So I try to do it now, but these things are flimsy. So that's why it gave me some issues. It's nothing that can't be done, but you kind of got to do them both at the same time because it's hard to get them lined up one at a time. Because when you get one in, it's where it should be. You can see. And to tell you the truth, it ain't even because of the camera. Like sometimes it's hard to do stuff on camera, but it's just, it was like this when I was doing it by myself, just sitting on the couch. So there you go. It may come out again, but we'll worry about it. Then you can push this down here like that. Everything should be flat and the front part is done. And done. Then you can squeeze that together and it'll do that. Then you can move this up here like that. So then this goes forward. And there's two peg holes right here that peg into these two pegs right there. You just peg it in. Make sure this stays pegged in. And you got the front done. Now for the back, which isn't hard at all. Pull these out, flip these up, flip these over. Pull this out, which is the wheel, flip this out all the way. And then right here, you flip it up and it locks behind that thing right there. Like you can flip it up and you don't have it. Like you got to flip it all the way until it locks. You can push it back. This right here. Now you can flip this up here and this peg will go in there and form the wheel well. There you go. Then you flip this back in. It does have to go around right here, which I don't like because it's tight. But it's plastic, so it's probably not painted either, I don't think. I think it's red plastic, so it should be alright, to tell you the truth. And then you flip that, do this. I meant to take off that sticker. Flip that back. Put that around and make sure it's pegged back. Put it down. Put that up. Then you can flip the wheel well. flip this in here. Now there's a peg here that pegs together. Peg that. Now you want to pull these front where shins are, pull that up to give you access to that other joint. There's two joints right there that you have to bend around. So then you bend that around, and you gotta kind of, it's hard. This joint is hard because you can see right there, there's a joint there, a joint there. You're bending up on that joint, but you want to bend this too. So there we go. I kind of get it like that on both sides. Kind of like that. You can see. And then you flip these over. Flip these over. And you start to peg everything in. When I first did this, I thought these pegs, because it just looks like these pegs would go into the top here, but they go kind of under. And these are really flimsy, so they fall down while I'm trying to peg all this stuff in, which I don't like. But you kind of see that, kind of get this pegged in right there. You see the tab, tab, tab. Kind of, sorry, I think that was off camera. And then you flip this up, peg them right there, flip this up, peg this right there. Yeah, I don't like that. That's a plastic and it's really hard to peg. I don't know if I have it correct, but or not. And voila, got this. Really solid vehicle mode, really solid vehicle. Rolls really good. It's heavy. It feels good like while you're rolling it. Rubber wheels. I like the way the wheels look though, because they kind of look off-roadish and they kind of look like the plastic wheels, but they're rubber. If you know what I'm saying. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like a different type of wheel than I've seen on other cars. But yeah, you see the bottom. Make sure all this is tabbed in. You'll probably get this stuff better, but yeah, there we go. There we go. Got it tabbed in. No spaces. No spaces there. Just gotta really push it. While I was transforming it the first time, I did get some paint falling off, which is this little joint right here, and it's right there. So, and it's on both. It looks like it's about to happen over here too. I just think it's just a little joint that's painted, and it's it may be die cast too. So, but let's go over the car. You see, you can tell it's his legs, but yeah, this is G1. Like, man, this is a nice G1. I don't know what type of car it is. I don't really know if it's a real looking car or not. But, and this right here is like kind of that color that Pipe's arms were. It's probably the same paint. It's like a champagne color. You got the clear blue lenses for the headlight. Bumper blue right here. You got the blue metallic windows. I really like that with the metallic sunroof. Look like a sunroof. I would assume it's supposed to be a window, so it would be a sunroof. But yeah, like the metallic underneath the I don't even know if this is blue, like the clear windshield. I don't know if it just looks blue because of the metallic underneath or what. And that might be a sticker under there. It might be a sticker here too. Oh, you can't see that. I was saying it might be a sticker under here. It might be a sticker here too. I don't know. Because it does look kind of off right here. Not sure if they're like the sticker on pipes. But yeah, here we go. So Ken stores weaponry. There's two little notches up top that you can put his gun into. Both guns. That's what you're into. Personally, I don't like that. This gun isn't really staying correctly. There we go. Just got to put it up. Yeah, so he has both guns on there. Looks dumb to me. But if you like it, you like it. It can do that. And the other thing does not store anywhere, but why would you want it to? So yeah, let's go backwards. You know how I do. Like I said, it's not a hard transformation at all. You want to take these out. Yeah, like this. Maybe this is this plastic. Yeah, this is plastic. It feels plastic, but this is die cast right here. So if you're not careful, it's thick. It's thick, so maybe it won't break, but it feels like it's gonna break sometimes. I'll put it in there. Not too many more transformations for this guy, but pull that back like that. Spread the legs apart and kind of get this forward, and then clamp that in there like that. Same thing over here, just get it forward and clamp it in. Move this like that. Move this out. Move that in, push it down. Make sure it's in all the way, push it down, then push that over. Again over here, move that out, move this out here. Move that in there like that, push it down, push this in. There we go. Move this out. Unhook it if it didn't come out already. Make sure it's all the way up to there. You can move this in, and it scrapes right on here, so I kind of like push it in a little bit so it doesn't mess it up as much, but it still hits. Move that around, move it around, and move that in there. And we got the feet done. Pull this out, pull this out. It's gonna spin around. Actually, I'll leave it like that for now. Then you can move this out all the way. Then you can spin this around. If you think you're gonna forget, you may, because now you got enough room to work with all of this. Pull this out here. Pull this up like that. Move this up here. You can move this together and just wait. You can kind of move this out, get this out of here, move this out, move these little flaps in, spin this around like that, spin this around like that. Now we're moving this out. Pull these arms out here. I usually grab them by this flap because it feels sturdy enough to grab it by that just to get it out. And then you can move this all the way up. Move these arms. Don't move them all the way out. Just move them out like that. Now you're going to have to spin this around so you can move this face up too. Move that up like that and close this. Now this piece right here again, you want to move it around, and that's kind of how it's gonna be, like that. Then you can move the tires in, move this up in there like that. And you turn this and kind of, oh, you know what? Move this out a little bit in order to, I always forget that you gotta make sure once you turn this, I should have turned it earlier and then got it situated, because now you have to flip it up so it's up, and you see that little round area, that'll be this way. So then you can move this stuff back in, and it's a lot easier. It creates that space enough to move that, and then you can push this in there like that. Get this situated, push that up to the body. That's kind of locks it in there, so this part doesn't come up. And you push this down here, put the head down. You can spin the head around and move this down and connect that to there. There we go. Connect that to there. There we go. Now make sure the head's down, because this part and these two tabs are going to tab in up here. Make sure it's around right. You push this up and you see. So that's what holds the neck flat in. And you just flip the arms out, or the hands, I mean. Flip the hands out. And the arms should already be situated, because you don't even have to move them around. I like that they didn't add like extra steps for no reason. Like a lot of times it's like flip this way and then this way and then put it up in there, and it was just flip all this up and just accordion it back. Like, so that's easy, but not too easy. So if you enjoyed this review, please leave me a like, subscribe, share, whatever you can do to help the channel, and hope you have a good night or a good day. Thank you for joining me. Peace.
You know, life ain't over, life ain't over, life ain't over. As long as you alive, you can give another try and take it real high if you want.